Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." But what if what you're saying, voluntarily or not, is actually compromising your well-being and personal growth? In this video, you won't just learn what to keep private. You'll understand why, through the lens of Stoicism, these revelations could be obstructing your path to a more fulfilling life. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll rethink not just what you say, but who you say it to. Can you afford not to watch? Number 1. Your personal grievances. In life, hardships are inevitable, but lamenting is optional, a phrase that beautifully echoes the wisdom of Stoicism. This philosophy urges us to face difficulties with a composed mind and resilient spirit. The Stoic guidance against openly sharing all your personal grievances with everyone you meet is rooted in this principle. When you complain or vent indiscriminately, you're essentially relinquishing control over your internal state and handing it over to external circumstances or individuals. This runs counter to the Stoic ideal of maintaining equanimity, regardless of what life throws your way. Epictetus advises, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." By consistently focusing on what bothers you and voicing those grievances, you're choosing to let these circumstances dictate your emotional state. However, it's crucial to clarify that Stoicism doesn't promote emotional suppression. Instead, it advocates for the wise handling of grievances. There is value in confiding in a trusted friend or advisor, but exposing your personal grievances to just anyone can be counterproductive. When your problems become public knowledge, you open yourself up to unsolicited opinions, judgment, and at times, even manipulation. This not only complicates your situation further, but also can make you feel mentally exhausted. Moreover, frequently talking about your grievances can become a habit that taints your outlook on life. It can trap you into a negative feedback loop, where you become increasingly susceptible to frustration and dissatisfaction. Marcus Aurelius offers a brilliant guideline. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The more you talk about your grievances, the more they occupy your thoughts, and the more they affect your overall happiness. So why change this habit immediately? The answer lies in another Stoic teaching, focusing on action over words. Instead of vocalizing your grievances, Stoicism prompts you to analyze what aspects of the situation you can control, and to take constructive action accordingly. As Seneca beautifully articulated, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. If your mind is scattered with complaints and grievances, you're essentially nowhere in your journey to become a Stoic sage. In summary, being discreet about your personal grievances allows you to maintain your inner tranquility, concentrate on actionable solutions, and minimize external complications. As you walk the path of Stoicism, it is this self-control and mental fortitude that will elevate your life to one of enduring meaning and happiness. Number 2. Your future plans. The Stoics strongly emphasize the value of the present moment while advocating caution and discretion about the future. So why is revealing your future plans to others a practice you might want to reconsider? By disclosing your future plans, you relinquish a degree of control over them, inviting unsolicited opinions, skepticism, or even envy that might influence your path. There's also the issue of external validation. Marcus Aurelius counseled, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say or think or do, only what you do." When you expose your future plans, especially in their nascent stages, you run the risk of seeking validation from the external world. This runs counter to Stoic teachings, which prioritize internal over external validation. Moreover, divulging your future endeavors can add unnecessary pressure to achieve them, precisely because others are watching. This form of social pressure might not always work in your favor. It can lead to rash decisions and actions that are misaligned with your initial intent or your deepest values. The Stoics warn against rashness. As Seneca said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." It's not that you should keep all your plans a secret. Rather, the Stoic principle of wisdom calls for thoughtful consideration of whom to share your plans with. Choose people who can offer constructive feedback or support, those who genuinely have your best interests at heart. Seneca's guidance seems appropriate here. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Understanding the importance of discretion with your future plans equips you with the strategic knowledge to safeguard your path and maintain your focus on your Stoic journey. You're learning to control not just your reactions, but also your disclosures, which is a great leap in mastering the art of Stoic living. In a world obsessed with oversharing and overexposure, A little Stoic discretion can go a long way. The Stoic advice: protect your future plans with the shield of wisdom and the armor of discretion, and you'll be far better equipped to realize them effectively. Number 3, your generosity or acts of kindness. In today's age of social media and instant gratification, it's tempting to showcase our acts of kindness or charitable deeds. The applause and validation that follows can provide a rush of pleasure, reinforcing the behavior. However, Stoicism warns us against such practices. The essence of this teaching guides us toward humility, emphasizing that actions should speak louder than words. Now you might wonder, what's the harm in sharing my good deeds? Doesn't it encourage others to do the same? While that may seem like a reasonable argument, it misses the Stoic point about the true nature of virtue. Virtue, according to Stoic philosophy, is its own reward. Marcus Aurelius stated it beautifully: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. In other words, acts of kindness and generosity should be done for their intrinsic value, not for external validation or recognition. Publicly showcasing your good deeds transforms an act of selflessness into a transaction. The deed is no longer solely for the benefit of the other person or cause, it becomes at least partially about you. This not only diminishes the act itself, but may also compromise the sincerity behind it. Seneca, another great Stoic mind, taught us, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. If your happiness or sense of worth depends on external validation for your good deeds, then it's not rooted in the present or in the virtue of the act itself. Moreover, sharing your acts of kindness can also put undue pressure on the recipient, making them feel as though they owe you something in return, which negates the altruistic nature of the act. Stoicism teaches us the importance of unconditional kindness and generosity, actions that are performed without the expectation of receiving something in return. So what should you do instead? Practice what the Stoics called sympathia, the understanding that we're all connected in this complex web of humanity. Do good because it aligns with your virtues, not because you're looking for a pat on the back or a flurry of likes on social media. When you commit a generous act, keep it between you, the recipient, and the universe. Understanding and applying this Stoic lesson in your life can profoundly alter the way you view kindness and generosity, elevating these virtues to their rightful noble status. It also protects your mental well-being by disconnecting your sense of worth from external validation. Number 4, your personal weaknesses. Exposing your personal weaknesses or vulnerabilities without consideration can be a double-edged sword. On one side, transparency and honesty are laudable traits. On the other, indiscriminate openness about your weaknesses can open the door to potential manipulation, exploitation, and even emotional harm. In the vast ocean of human interactions, not everyone you meet will have your best interests at heart. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus advises, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. The first step in handling your weaknesses wisely is self-awareness. Stoic philosophy stresses the importance of understanding oneself before engaging deeply with others. When you are aware of your weaknesses, you are better equipped to manage them and to decide judiciously when, how, and with whom to share them. If you continually expose your weaknesses to everyone, you are externalizing your self-worth and inviting external judgment into your inner sanctuary of peace. By doing so, you are relinquishing control over an aspect of your life that should be entirely within your domain. So, how should you navigate this? Stoicism offers a balanced approach. While it doesn't advocate for emotional stoicism or shutting yourself off from the world, it does encourage strategic self-disclosure. As Seneca says, we should live with the quietness of spirit, the even temper of mind, and the constant brightness of an unsullied day. Being strategic about your self-disclosure allows you to maintain this brightness and even temper, preserving your mental tranquility by not handing the keys to your emotional well-being to just anyone. When it comes to revealing your personal weaknesses, the key is to exercise wisdom and discernment. Share these aspects of yourself with trusted individuals who have proven that they deserve a place in your inner circle. Listen carefully to judge the character of those with whom you interact. Measure twice, cut once. Understanding the delicate balance of self-disclosure can make a world of difference in your interpersonal relationships and personal growth. You are fortifying your mental fortress and paving the way for a life rooted in Stoic virtues like wisdom, courage, and self-control. A life well lived is a life well guarded. Number 5, Your family issues. Disclosing family issues publicly can be a double-edged sword. While it might offer a temporary sense of relief or validation, the long-term consequences can often be detrimental, not just for you but also for your family members involved. Stoicism places a high value on the sanctity and confidentiality of personal and familial matters, emphasizing the importance of managing them with wisdom and discretion. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, this Stoic advice is particularly pertinent. Speaking openly about family issues does not usually contribute to resolving them. Rather, it often amplifies the problems and invites unsolicited opinions, judgments, or even gossip. It can also have the effect of locking you into a narrative that becomes increasingly difficult to alter or escape. So why should one avoid exposing family issues, especially from a Stoic perspective? Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions and behaviors, emphasizing that our character is the sum of our repeated actions. Airy family issues publicly often sidesteps the real work that needs to be done, which is addressing the issues directly with those involved and taking constructive steps toward resolution. Confiding in a trusted friend, counselor, or therapist is vastly different from indiscriminate public sharing. The former is a Stoic practice that aligns with the virtues of wisdom and temperance, helping you navigate challenges with sound advice and emotional support. The latter is often reactive and unconsidered, leaving you open to the pitfalls of rash judgments and impulsive decisions. Seneca reminds us, our care should not be to have lived long as to have lived enough. The quality of your life, including your familial relationships, is shaped by your actions and decisions. Rather than expending energy on external validation or sympathy, Stoicism encourages you to invest that energy in resolving issues, fostering growth, and striving for virtue in your familial interactions. Seneca wisely said, "He who is brave is free." By taking control of what you share and don't share, you claim your own freedom. Freedom from unnecessary judgment, from undue influence, and even from self-sabotage. Guarding these 5 aspects of your life isn't about hiding who you are. It's about exercising wisdom and control, principles at the very heart of Stoicism. If you've gained even a fraction of insight into leading a more prudent life from today's video, then consider joining us on this philosophical journey. Hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's continue to build a community rooted in Stoic wisdom. Drop a comment below sharing how you'll implement these changes, or how you've already done so. We're all fellow students in the grand school of life. Let's learn and grow together. Until next time, take charge of your own narrative and continue your pursuit of wisdom and virtue.